We got intern Mark from Curry back there. And we got you all night here on 98.5 The Sports. On the phone number, 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. What's up, YouTube fam? I've heard from the peoples. They missed the show. And you know what? We're here every night. Tonight, you'll get us at least tonight for a full show. And tomorrow night, oh, baby, full show as well. So you can't beat that here. So a lot to get into here. And let's start off with our opening take, which is presented by Super Service Today. Pull that back up there because it's cold outside. You know what? Winter's coming. So don't get caught in the cold. Super Service Today delivers New England's most complete home heating system health and safety check, catching problems before they catch you. Stay safe, stay warm. Book now at superservicetoday.com. Well, Patriots today, beginning practice, and the injury report comes out for both teams, and what happens? Joe Burrow is a full participant for the Cincinnati Bengals. Caught me by surprise. Catch you all from surprise as well, because it did for me. I think it would be absolute malpractice if Joe Burrow played this week. For that organization, the health issues, how they can't protect him, the money that they spend to support him, it would be malpractice. But hey, the Cincinnati Bengals, they are desperate. Can you smell the desperation? Bengals list Joe Burrow as a full participant today. Come to find out, Joe Flacco was limited. He's got a right shoulder. Mike Gesicki's back. Remember him? The Bengals have some issues, guys. And I'm going to give you some of the numbers coming up in a little bit here regarding just what a mismatch this could be. But playing a desperate team is always scary. So, Jamar Chase is officially out. His suspension was upheld, so he's out. He can't spit in people's faces. So he's out. I did want to get into the Bengals defense. They are bad. Like B-A-D-D, bad. And when I tell you the numbers, I gave this to you last night. The Patriots team total for offense is 29.5. Should they drop 30 on them? Well, let me tell you some of the stats, and then you say, yeah, Joe, making good points here. Thank you. They're bad. Listen to these numbers. No team in the Super Bowl era has ever finished the season ranked last in passing yards allowed and rushing yards allowed and points allowed. That's where the Cincinnati Bengals are right now. The worst rushing, passing, and points. That's a recipe for disaster when you're coming on against the New England Patriots this week. And Drake May's been hot. They've had some rest now, really, if you look at it, the Patriots here. Little bit of rest. So, one thing about them is they're awful at stopping the run. Ramondre Stevenson likely to return this week to split carries with Travion Henderson. That's what Jeremy Fowler posted from ESPN. So, one interesting theme from New England is what does the team do with their backfield with Henderson's now 3-game star return? You could make the case that Travion Henderson has stolen the job, taken the job. 3 touchdowns against the Jets. But Ramondre Stevenson is coming back from that toe injury. And May has referred to the Henderson-Stevenson as a 1-2 punch. He thinks they can be a really good 1-2 punch for the stretch run. Henderson's usage way down. 6.8 rushing attempts per game with Stevenson in the lineup. He gets 16 attempts without him. And his talent, undeniable. But his usage shouldn't return to those low numbers. It just shouldn't. It's a long season. We know how these things go. Things get cold here. But I mentioned the rushing. You get Ramondre back, you should be able to rush the football. And I got more rushing numbers coming up for you in just a minute here. I mentioned those passing yards. Bengals 31st in passing yards allowed. 32nd in rushing yards allowed, 32nd in points allowed. Woof. And for all you fantasy people out there, the Cincinnati Bengals allow 34 points per game to fantasy running backs this season. So I that's a fantasy take. Take my word for it, you people who don't play fantasy. That's bad. Bad. So will Travion Henderson keep up his hot streak this week with Ramondre Stevenson coming back? It's something I'm looking for, and it's something that this team could completely attack. Here's another one. I mentioned this last night. The Bengals have given up a lot of points, 27 points in 8 straight games, but they have the missed tackles. They're one of the tops in the league. Listen to this. Geno Stone, Jordan Battle, Demetrius Knight, Frankie Louisville. You look at it, they have the top 4 in the league. Tacklers. Brett Carter, Demetrius Knight, Jordan Battle, Geno Stone. 16, 14. What is going on there? Their defense is horrible. They're horrible. 27 points in 9 straight games and at least 34 points in 5 of their last 8 games. The Patriots have scored at least 27 points in 6 of their last 10 games. I want to tell you, I've been telling you every week, watch out for this team, watch out for that team. I even said watch out for the Bengals. Now I can't. I can't do it anymore. The numbers don't lie. These are facts, not opinions, facts. They stink. They smell. It's bad. Bad. So bad, it's bad. I got more numbers for you coming up regarding how bad the defense is for the Cincinnati Bengals. But, oh, boy. 7 of the Bengals' last 9 games, they've allowed at least 139 rushing yards. 169 versus the Vikings. 186 versus the Broncos. 254 versus the Jets. And 283 versus the Bears. Can we bet Henderson and Stevenson and May for 100? Like, what can we do there? I thought I was a little concerned about the Bengals. They're a desperate team. But is Joe Burrow going to play defense for them? No. Oh, boy, it's going to be. I think this is going to be a little. It's either take the over, because, man, that defense stinks. I got more for you on that. Opposing quarterbacks, what they've done against the Bengals as well, and more Patriot stuff. I do want to get into the Red Sox because I know free agency started, if anybody knew that. And the Bruins go on a road trip tonight, and they're going to be without one of their better players as we'll take you up until 9:30. So full show. Anything you guys want to talk about, this is the place to be. 617-779-0985. You can join us on YouTube as well. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
Treat your family to an annual holiday tradition when you visit the Enchanted Village. It's free, it's magical, and only at Jordan's Furniture in Avon.
Worried about that. The Patriots play on Sunday, but then they play the Monday after Thanksgiving. And, well, I don't want to work that night. I want to work every Patriots game, just so you guys know. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I love it. So I love being the first to react to the Patriots games. But it would be great if I could do it on Sunday at like 4 instead of Monday till 4 a.m. Oh, but this isn't about me. What do I care? You know, I want the Patriots to get their rest, you know, because, you know, they'll be going into a bye week and then they'll take on the Buffalo Bills and just, so it's nothing to do with me. Just them. I worry about them. I am not worried about the Patriots this week. This is probably the one that gets them, right? I thought that the Saints was a trap game. Last week, I thought the Jets were scrapping. You know what? They were. But the Patriots played with their food. Like, it was cute and close, right? Early, and then, see ya. Now, going on the road and winning in Cincinnati is not the easiest thing to do, but the way that Bengals defense is playing right now, it is just, how do you not see the Patriots absolutely torching them this week? I mentioned in 7 of the Bengals' last 9 games, they've allowed 139 rushing yards. I couldn't believe they've given up 200 twice. Well, here's another one. In 7 of the Bengals' 10 games, they allowed at least 2 touchdown passes to opposing quarterbacks. Listen to this list. Trevor Lawrence, 3. Jared Goff, 3. Aaron Rodgers, 4. Caleb Williams, 3. Well, gonna pull up the old DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's look up Drake May over 3 touchdowns, 3 or more. Drake May, 3 touchdowns, plus 225. Boom! That would be my bet, everybody. You want an early bet? Drake May, 3 touchdowns, plus 225. Ship it! I used to say ring the bell, but Street Team Joe's back there, and I don't even know if he knows where the bell is. Don't even show him, guys. He'll be hitting that thing all day, man. They call them hotkeys, Joe. There's a little spot of the nice stuff you always want nearby. But something to learn as Street Team Joe is. Actually, he is now Joe Ariano, not even Street Team Joe at the moment. He's running a board. There it is. Yes. There it is. Can you show what else we have in there, Skaz? Do we have Tommy Want Wingy in there? Because I like chicken wings. Chicken wings.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
There's a lot of those back there, Joe. We're going to get you going tonight, man. Going to put you to work, kid. All right. Well, you heard from me. Let's hear from you guys at 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well, and we have the Bruins tonight in Anaheim. I got some thoughts on the Bees that I wanted to talk about later. What am I doing right now? I'm trying to find our call screen, and I'm in our News Boss, trying to log into my call screener through News Boss right now. But again, I see a couple of you guys on the line. We'll get right to you in a second here. Did want to just touch on the Celtics and all that later on in the show, and we're touching on everything tonight. But let's go to the phones. We missed him last night. He's back here tonight. It's Benny in Oxford. What's up, Benny?
Hey, what's going on, Joe? I know I ended up messaging you, but I had to call in, man. If you're ever in Worcester on a Tuesday, man, find those $5 tacos, Big Mac steak tacos at the Boynton. Phenomenal.
Okay, is it all? Do they put any? Well, it's the pizza would be the bread, right?
Yeah, and I love them. That's why I usually go there for the pizza. The pizza's phenomenal at the Boynton. I love it there.
Oh, I'm a Boynton.
But I was there on a Tuesday. I saw those tacos. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. It was $5 for 2. The waiter immediately came back. I had to order another.
So
more.
Was it,
they were good.
All beef patties, special sauce. Was there lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions?
Yeah, lettuce, cheese,
I'm out.
chopped up onion pickle, Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, I'm out. Sounds great.
Yeah, out.
Oh, I don't do lettuce, bro. I don't do lettuce.
That's what I'm saying, though. No lettuce. Cut the lettuce.
So
I'm
I
telling
could
you.
go into the Boynton and say I would like a Big Mac pizza without the lettuce and the onions.
It's not a pizza. Big Mac steak taco.
Oh,
It's a
steak
taco.
taco. Oh, my God. I was thinking pizza. Now, whoa.
Taco.
Did we just create a Big Mac pizza?
They do have a Big Mac salad bowl there, too, which that's offered every day, but the taco is only a Tuesday thing.
Not on that. I love tacos, though. What do you got, man? You got a take?
So good. Oh, well, my take was the food, but this week I figure Patriots are going to run the ball a lot, try to keep Drake May take less hits this week. So you put those 3 touchdowns. I was like, I figured they'd be a lot run heavy this weekend, especially with Ramondre coming back.
Yeah, I think they got to get them both in the mix. Thanks, Benny. I appreciate you. Ooh, street tacos, huh? Oh. Little queso on the side. Paul's in Rhode Island. What's up, Paul?
Hey, thank you, Joe. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Listen, man, 60% of America hates what the Patriots are doing, especially 60% of the fans in the NFL. But you have to understand something. They're not the only team that had this cakewalk for scheduling, okay?
Yeah.
Next thing you know is that many teams went to the Super Bowl, okay, with this type of cakewalk schedule.
Yeah, like the
But
Chiefs
the best
and
thing
the
about it
Eagles.
is that the best thing about it is that we are going forward with this kid, and they hate that. 60% of the NFL fans, they don't want to see the Patriots wake up again.
Well, yeah, they saw him for a really long time.
It's a shame. It's a shame that the Patriots don't have that right. A monarchy team in the NFL. They are the monarchy of the NFL.
A monarchy?
And it's too bad. It's too bad that we took all our fans from 60 to 40,000 in our stadium, 60 for gas, 60 for parking, 60 for hot dogs and beers, and yet we don't have that right. Are you kidding me? We don't have that right to come back.
I have no clue what you're so upset about. That the whole country doesn't like the Patriots, and you're upset about
No,
that?
they don't like the Patriots. They do not like the Patriots. They don't want to see the Patriots at all go out on a roll.
Yeah.
They don't want to see the Patriots go on a high standard because they're afraid. They're afraid, like the last 20 years.
Okay.
And they have no privilege.
Yeah.
And in fact, all we wanted to do as fans is win at the home games. That's the biggest thing, is we wanted to win home games. And we haven't been doing that. And it's too bad because, it costs a lot of money.
Bro, why are you you're really upset?
Yeah, I'm not upset at the way we're driving.
What's a monarchy?
I'm upset. Oh, we're the high monarchy of the NFL. Of course we are.
Are you talking about monarchy?
Yes.
Oh, my God, dude. I have no... You know what? Thank you, Paul. Thank you. What the hell was that? It's $60 for gas? Yes. Yeah, gas is expensive these days. He's mad. I heard a lot of 60% in there. I heard a lot of 60s going on in my brain there. I let him go for a bit because I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So he's upset that everyone hates the Patriots. Duh! Duh! Oh, yeah. We're here all night, baby. Matt is in Manchester. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Joe. So I'm kind of looking at it like a different way. I know everyone's all up in arms and like, oh, we're going to get the 1 seed, going to get the 1 seed. I mean, how far-fetched does it sound that the Patriots lose to Baltimore and Buffalo?
Would
you say that's far-fetched?
If they want, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you when you broke up.
Would you say it was far-fetched for the Patriots to lose to Baltimore and Buffalo and then win the rest of their games?
Yeah, and if they do, they still can get the top seed.
Okay, and what would you say Philly going into Buffalo, how far-fetched would it be Buffalo beating Philly?
They can certainly be Philly.
So if that happens, and I know Buffalo slipped up against Miami, but Buffalo wins out, now you're looking at Buffalo getting the 1 seed. You're going to Baltimore, wild card weekend.
No, it wouldn't happen. You know why? Unfortunately, no, because the Patriots would have the better AFC record. So, no.
Yeah, but they'd be ahead of them because they're only a game back.
No,
so it'd be 2 losses to the Pats.
Yeah.
One for...
No.
And then you're going to Baltimore wild card weekend, and now your 13-4 season is...
No. The Pats could lose to Buffalo, and as long as they beat the Dolphins and the Jets, they'll have the tiebreaker over them. And I'm
Bills
lost to the Jets, remember? Or the Dolphins.
Yeah, but I'm saying the Patriots lose to Baltimore too. So if the Patriots lose to Baltimore and Buffalo wins out. Now you're looking at going to Baltimore.
Yeah. I got a popsicle headache right now. I'm sorry. So the Bills. Okay, so the Ravens have to win. Wait a second. So the Bills have a chance at the top seed still? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. It's just for some reason I'm pushing back on it. Nah, it doesn't smell right. Doesn't smell right to me. Brian's in the truck. Hey, Brian.
Joe, that call a couple of calls earlier about everyone being mad at us. I mean, that might have been the worst call I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's the monarchy. The
monarchy call. I can't get over it. But newsflash, no one's liked us in a very long time, and it's great. But the reason why I'm calling is I'm concerned that our schedule is such trashola that we get this false hope, we don't really know who we are, and we go to the playoffs, even with the bye, maybe we get upset round 1 by, like, the Jaguars or someone awful, and we go to the off season. It's like, who are we?
Right.
What are we building on? It's like they have a great team, but what are our holes?
Brian, they were the worst team in the league last year.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay.
No, I know. I'm very happy where we are. I just
no, you're not. No one is. What I'm gathering tonight is no one's happy.
The schedule's such trash, Joe. It is. It could be such false hope.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but guess what, though? All you got to do is get into the tournament, right?
You just got to get in. That's very true.
Hey, listen,
very true.
If the Patriots got the bye and lost in the first round at home, got the bye and then lost in the divisional round, would I be upset? No.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
remember?
How about this? Would I be upset? I would probably go back to this call we're having right now and say, yeah, man, when they faced a good opponent at home, they lost. But it's a successful season. It's already a successful season.
It is. Well, remember the Vikings, though, a couple of years ago where they had that quarterback who's kind of a bum? I just don't want to be them,
Kirk Cousins?
No, Case Keenum. Remember that season?
Keenum, yeah, I remember.
Yes. And I'm not saying Drake made Case Keenum.
Drake made a Case Keenum?
No.
I got to stop. I can't. What's going on? Street Team Joe, what do you got going on back there? What kind of operation you running? No, Joe, for real. What kind of operation you running back there?
It's hectic. It's a hectic operation back here, Joe.
You're putting Skaz to work.
Yeah, Skaz is on the phones.
Who are these people?
Skaz is on the phones. He's doing a great job.
What? No. Is everyone drinking early because the holiday's coming? For real?
Yeah, Joe. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's been like this all week. We've had quite an interesting week at night.
I will say that. I thought it was Joe. Joe's, did you hey, I'm working tonight, guys? Come on, call in. Anyway, this is cool. I got 2 guys on a microphone in front of me. This is cool.
I know, it's a rare sight.
Very, very like dual mics going at me. It's a semi tonight. Pause. Don't laugh out loud now, Joe. Steve's in Peabody. Steve.
Hey, Steve. What's going on, Joe?
Hey, Joe. How's it going, Steve?
Yeah. Hey, I was calling. I want to talk about the Belichick legacy and what's going on with him. imagine if he had kept Brady instead of pushing him out, sold out the future, and won another Super Bowl here, and then they both retired together. For the rest of the time, the question would have been, was it Tom, was it Bill? Was it Tom, was it Bill? And now everyone else is doing great. The Pats are winning again. Mac Jones is winning. Everyone's doing great except for Bill, and he's going downhill. And just imagine what it could have been if he had just kept his head on straight and won another Super Bowl here with Tom, you know?
Okay.
I think it's a street team Joe kind of night.
What is going on? What is happening?
Maybe it's the call screener in Skaz.
All right. Joe, do you know where the dump button is?
I do, Joe.
Okay, just always be aware.
I do.
Okay?
I knew. Yeah, Skaz, that was the first thing he taught me.
Okay. Let's talk to Mike in Foxborough. Hey, Mike.
It's not Skaz. It's not Skaz.
What?
But it is very conceivable that Buffalo could win the division. They're only one loss behind the Patriots. If they win out and the Pats lose to Buffalo and Baltimore, which is not crazy, then Baltimore would win the division. But what I think is going to happen is Denver and the Patriots are going to end up tied at 13-4, and Denver will get the tiebreaker and the number one seed. So,
Did you write this down today?
It's not that difficult to figure out. Indy, I think, has a brutal schedule. I think they're going to end up being the number 3 seed.
Okay. So what if the Bills lose again? But they
then the Patriots would, if the Bills lose and if the Bills and Pats are tied, it's exactly what you said before. The Pats would win the tiebreaker based on the division record.
Okay. Which is what I said.
But if the Bills win out and the Pats lose twice, then the Bills would win the division.
Okay. We gotta do the math on that. Can we do the math on that? No? Do we want to? Is that true? So if the Pats lose twice, but they only have 2 conference losses. The Pats they have no division losses, the Pats. Don't even make sense of this. Who else can we talk to? Oh, Bert on the word monarchy. Hello, Bert.
Joe, have some respect, okay, for the Patriots. Show a little respect. The word monarchy is a combination of monarchy, moniker, and marquee. So we got all 3, baby. Monarchy. This guy.
What the hell is going on, Joe?
I thought that was a Peter Griffin.
It did sound a little Peter Griffin-ish.
Monarchy. Yeah, I won't even do it. Reminds me of that time when
there's something in the water.
Should we no. I think we should just go to break. Should we take one more?
Why not? What could it hurt at this point?
Sure. Let's do it. Kevin's in Brookline. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, I don't know what's going on. I just know that it's almost Thanksgiving, and I think that we should be thankful. We're talking about football. The Patriots are doing much better than anyone expected, and obviously you want them to keep on going and keep on going. You don't want to settle for it. But all 3 of our teams are doing well, and I just think that we were doing so bad. We had to suffer through 2 terrible, terrible seasons that we should all just take a moment and look at where we are and be psyched. Happy Thanksgiving. It's football. It's almost the holidays. And we're talking about the Super Bowl. Realistically, it's fantastic.
Can I get an amen?
Absolutely. And I want to thank you for your show, your great company every night, and have a wonderful holiday, brother.
Thank you for being so positive, sir. And happy holidays and Thanksgiving to you. You might have to pot him down, though, Joe, because my screen is frozen. Okay. Let's be thankful, everybody, going into this thankful season of Patriots and sports. All right. We'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins. teams after playing the Jets this season are 2-7 straight up and 1-8 against the spread. So if you play the Jets, you generally go to crap after. Oh, that's smelly. So they're coolers. What else? Patriots and Giants both play on Monday Night Football next week. Since 2020, teams with Monday Night Football on deck are covering the spread 58% of the time. And in this season alone, when a team plays and then is about to play on Monday Night Football, they're 16-7-1. That favors the Patriots. All right, your thoughts, 617-779-0985. Just wanted to give you some betting stuff. Let's talk to Liam in Melrose. Hey, Liam.
Hey, good to see you, Murray. First time, long time. First off, I want to shout out my Ithaca Bombers last weekend, winning the Corsica Cup. Figured I'd bring that up. Huge win. Big for the program. But I want to get to Eli Wolf going into next season.
Who?
Elliot Wolf. I have zero faith in this guy. I don't know about you. I know we had some good signings over the offseason. I don't know who's going to want to come here with him. I mean, not like you're looking at the GM. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do. Thoughts?
I just think he's just there to make calls because nobody else wants to.
What is he in charge of, Joe? Like, I don't think he's in charge of anything.
What is Eli Wolf?
Yeah, Eli Wolf.
Answering the phone.
Mark and I can do that. We don't. We can work for the Patriots.
Yeah, you could. He's good at answering the phone. He's good at taking credit for drafting Drake May. Am I being hard on him?
A little bit, but I think the Drake May pick was obvious. So what has he done? Yeah, he missed every other pick.
Every single draft pick has been traded or gone or released. This year's draft class, though, he gets all the credit for it, right? Guys, it's Mike Vrabel. It's Mike Vrabel and his team, and they left him in here because they're catering to Kraft. But hey, Kraft was right about Josh McDaniels, right? We'll get into that coming up in just a little bit. We got Justin and Lynn.
Hey, Joe. I just want to talk about the Bruins. I was a little concerned with the way that they came out the other night against Carolina and just seemed to struggle. They couldn't get the puck out of their own end. They couldn't come through neutral ice. It just to me was a struggle, and I'm worried that they're going to have a letdown tonight against Anaheim. And
I feel the other way, Justin. I feel like they bounced back tonight.
I feel like they bounced back, but I feel like this type of game also could be a letdown as well. And I just feel just the way they played the other night.
All right, thanks, Justin. Appreciate you. I hear like another call or something going on in the background. Unless it was me speaking. Let's talk to Ryan. He's in Tampa. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Joe. Hey, I just wanted to call in and clarify what some of the other callers were throwing out for the hypotheticals about if the Patriots lose 2 more games and Buffalo wins out. So Buffalo sits at 7-3 right now. The Patriots are 9-2. So if Buffalo wins out, they can finish 14-3. So if the Patriots lose 2, one of them obviously would have to be the Bills.
They'll be 13-4.
Yeah, so it'd be 14-3 over 13-4.
Correct, but
so that's
yes, correct. Which just means the Bills have to win out. But my point is that the Bills have lost to the Patriots and the Dolphins. The Patriots haven't lost to anybody in the AFC. So, like, if the Patriots just somehow split between, they could lose to the Bills and win every other game, and they still win the number 1 seed, the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. But I'm just saying that if the Bills finish 14-3,
the Bills still have a chance.
Right? Yeah. I just wanted to clear that up. I heard it twice, and I think that people are seeming to think that we're just automatically going to lose to the Ravens for some reason, which I don't really see that happening myself. But the 14-3 would trump a 13-4 regardless of the AFC East. Am I right?
Yes, and just so you know, you're dealing with Joe Math and a bunch of drunk people. I mean, that's a recipe for a night show right there. Jeff Beliveau checks in. Joe Math and Holiday Pregaming are providing some killer radio. 60% of the people are causing 40% of the gas prices, and that's why the Bills can still win on a monarchy. And then somebody has emailed me about a monarchy. Don't email me, though. Hey, Joe, I almost drove off the road laughing during the monarchy call. Yeah, I know. Felt like you guys know Steiner math at all? You take 60% of this plus 20% of that and then subtract 40%, but his 50%. It's like that old school. No, what movie was that? Hangover. Remember the guy who's trying to put the math equation together? That was me. All right, well, why don't we go to a break? We got hour number 2 on the show. We're going to talk to John Sarianides coming up in a little bit. We'll do some math with him. But this hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to you by Jackson Lumber and Millwork, supplying contractors and homeowners with residential and commercial building materials since 1946. JacksonLumber.com. I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you guys coming up after the headline.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe.
I see you guys lined up on the phone lines. I didn't get to this glazing yesterday. So everybody knows the glazing is, of course, Ben Volen of the Boston Globe. Once maligned, Josh McDaniels and Elliott Wolf have been an integral piece to the Patriots' success this season. Wolf! Vomit! Gross! We just literally talked. What does Eli Wolf do? What does Eli Wolf do? We don't even know his damn name, Joe.
He answers the phones.
Yeah, exactly. But once maligned, McDaniels and Wolf integral to the Patriots' success. I haven't even read the story yet. Stopped at the headline. Just stop right there. Let me just be honest. I do think that Josh McDaniels has done some good things. And you guys know that I am a hatist of any offensive coordinator. But this one in particular, no one in the league wanted him. But who gets the credit? Let's find out. 2025 season has been an unexpected treat for New England, says Volen. They're 9-2. Got the favorite to win the MVP. Mike Vrabel, once fired 2 years ago, is the favorite to win Coach of the Year. You know, when a Robert Kraft has the Midas touch. Oh, right there. I'll stop right there. Robert Kraft has the Midas touch. Every move this past season turning gold. Here we go. Robert Kraft is getting the credit. Should I even read the rest of this or no?
I think we're good.
No.
I think we understand that.
Robert Kraft. Which, to be fair, Street Team Joe, who's back there, and Skaz is helping him out. This is great. I feel like Street Team Joe has come from literally working promotions to coming in studio to now having a job.
It's a meteoric rise. Thanks.
Oh, no, it's a monarchy of a rise. A monarchy of a rise.
Thanks to you and Skaz.
Yes.
And me just stumbling in here.
But staring at you and then seeing Skaz over here it's just funny because I did ask Skaz a while ago, hey, besides Josh McDaniels, besides Mike Vrabel and Drake May, what was the third most important thing? What did you say, Skaz? I can't remember what your answer was.
Was it Stephon Diggs?
It might. No, I know what it might have been. I think you mentioned like free agency. I think is what you said, or like they did well this year. So mine was ownership because they allowed. Well, let's just say this: they spent money. They had to get money to get Mike Vrabel here. Vrabel was doing the dance with the Jets, but it was Drake May, of course, right? It wasn't nothing to do with the money, right? That's what he'll tell you. And then. And he did bring in Josh McDaniels, so I'll give him that. But Robert Kraft did spend money. Like, he did improve it. He got rid of Gerard Mayo and realized it was a mistake. But is it Robert Kraft that has the Midas touch? Of course, the Globe is going to give him the credit. Should I even read any more, Skaz, or you know this is where it's going, right?
No, please, Joe, enlighten us. Let Ben Volen enlighten us all.
Kraft said on Thursday night on the Sports Hub pregame show. What?
There's a plug.
I have to give a lot of credit to Josh McDaniels.
I think Josh deserves credit.
No, but why is Kraft pumping Josh?
He's his guy.
Thank you.
It's a Kraft guy. It's a Kraft hire.
Crafty hire. Which I don't want to crap on it. It's the article I'm pissed about. It's the article. Actually, it's not. Mr. Kraft, you did a great job. Midas touch? I don't know. Might back up off that one a little bit. It's the article. It's the article that pisses me off. It's the once maligned Kraft with the Midas touch. And it's all about Josh McDaniels. I just hate that. Because who takes the credit now for this? Because isn't this what Belichick and Brady was all about, or even Kraft for that matter? Who gets the credit? Robert Kraft's taking the credit. So I guess, am I being too hard when I'm trying to say that it isn't just one guy anymore? Like, it was Tom Brady. It was. Now, early on, I know it was Belichick and helped him get along, whatever. This turnaround, you can't just say it was one guy. It's the quarterback. It's the coach. It's everything. It's everything. And I do credit Robert Kraft for spending money and staying out of the way. How about that? When they have struggled, the owner meddled. But when he talks, got to give all the credit to my guy, Josh McDaniels. I'm not even going to read the rest of this. The Patriots spent the most money in free agency last spring. More than $180 million. They had to throw that one in there too, huh? You just got to throw that one in there. Oh, Wolf, the de facto GM the last 2 seasons, also deserves props for his role in this remarkable turnaround. Oh, yeah. Shining the shoes.
I saw on draft night he was the one who called into the players occasionally. So that's something.
Oh, he was the guy. Yeah, because he uses the phone.
Yeah.
He's a phone guy.
He got a mic. They had it mic'd up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a phone guy.
Phone guy. Yeah.
That's exactly who he is. Just listen. The Crafts deserve a lot of credit for moving on from Gerard Mayo after making a mistake and hiring Mike Vrabel. They've stayed out of the way. They've allowed Drake May to develop. They spent money in the offseason. They're 9-2. They're building a brand new gym for them after being criticized for a lot of things in those reports. I wonder if, hey, by the way, we only heard Woody Johnson was one of those guys who didn't want one of those surveys out anymore. Do we know who else was a part of that? Anyways, that's the article. Get right to Kraft, and he says, got to give the credit to my guy. We'll talk to John Sarianides coming up in a little bit, but let's bang out some phone calls here. We got Evan in Boston. Hey, Evan.
Hey, Joe. I think a lot of these crazy calls have been people in New England have been drinking a lot of liquor, but they've also been drinking a lot of their success. So I wanted to take this opportunity to burst some bubbles. I was looking on ESPN the other day, and it looks like Drake May is the second most sacked quarterback in the league. I know he's got some concussion issues in the past, and I think there's one ESPN notification that would send New Englanders like haywire if they saw it. And I don't want to manifest anything, but I just want to know if you're concerned with these tomato can teams getting pressure on him and getting big hits when he doesn't need to.
All right, Evan. What can I tell you? He's been sacked once in the last 2 weeks. It's getting better, right? Let's see here. Mike. Well, Matt is in Worcester. Hey, Matt.
Hey. Thanks for having me on. One thing the best part about Josh McDaniels really quickly is the fact that no one's going to take him away from us. Whenever we have good offensive coordinators, it seems they run away. So it's nice he's going to be here for a while. Okay. But as for my take, I mean, we're at this point, we're back-to-back trap games. That Jets game couldn't have been any more of a trap game. And now we have the Bengals coming up. Chase is out. They're kind of in disarray. I mean, who are you attributing to our success in these games? Hopefully, a successful Cincinnati Bengals game to Drake May, not Vrabel.
No, I think it's I think the ascension is Drake May, but I think Mike Vrabel is using everything: analytics, his experience, trust. He's been preaching effort and finish and beating bad football, and that's all they've been doing. But if you want to talk about like what's made them to where they are now, it's clearly Drake May. Vrabel's great. Like I said, I give the credit to Drake May and Mike Vrabel. Like that's where I start. I do go ownership. I do. They spend money. They stayed out of the way. So. But to be 9-2 with the potential MVP of the league, to me, that's Drake May. But I don't know. Like, look, do you think is Zach Taylor? We're gonna ask John Sarianides. Is Zach Taylor a good head coach, or is he just had Joe Burrow? Because when he doesn't have Joe Burrow, how are they?
Not very good, Joe. And what about Sean McDermott? I would say put him in the same category.
Exactly. Like, is he a good? What are the Bills without Josh Allen? Exactly. Like, I hate to say it. It's true, but when you have a good quarterback, you need to be thankful. And that last caller who said, "Oh, it's a good thing that Josh McDaniels is here," and blah 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 blah. Like, you know, how do we know that? Like, how do? I'm sure his ego is huge too. Like all of them, with all that success. I mean, I know he's been humbled two times now, but he's got tons of money, and he's the offensive coordinator for Drake May. Why would he ever leave that? But again, the only thing I think is ego. Does he want one more crack at it? You know, I'm sure Matt Patricia's at Ohio State. Hey, if I win another championship, there's a lot of open college jobs, right? Oh, they got money. It ain't about the money, bro. It's ego. Anyways, we got to go to break. People want to talk about prime rib and a bunch of other stuff. We can't get to that right now, though, because we got to talk football. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5. John Sarianides, he of the New England Football Journal. He's joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. John, hello, sir.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
Does that get you fired up to come on the show?
I love coming on the show to Metallica. You know that. Anytime I come on. With Metallica introducing me, it just gives me a little bit more juice so I can bring more knowledge.
All right, John, what's your thoughts on the soft schedule for the Patriots? And it is soft, let's be honest. But second thing, though, is are they feasting on bad competition or are they a good football team?
So I think they're a good football team. I think that they're well constructed. I think a lot of the problems and the holes that they had the last few years, they patched up this offseason. And as far as the soft schedule is concerned, you play who they put in front of you. And at the end of the day, that was their schedule. And, of course, your schedule is also a byproduct of your recent record. They've been 4-13 each of the last 2 years. They were a bad football team. The schedule reflects that. So you can't hold it against them that they've, quote-unquote, played a soft schedule. I'll make the counter-argument here. Has Denver really played that much of a better schedule? I mean, they've got 2 quality wins as well, but their schedule isn't exactly murderer's row either. Patriots have 2 quality wins, and I would argue better wins than what the Broncos have. So this soft schedule stuff, I think we need to put it to bed. This is a good football team.
Well, I do think it's a soft schedule, but I also think they're a good football team. I do think it's both. But, let's look ahead to this week then. Speaking of that, I thought the Jets could be scrappy. I did. And maybe they hung around a little bit, but the Patriots weren't at their best. And Drake May still threw for 280 yards, and, Henderson did his thing, et cetera, et cetera. They're playing a Bengals team. John, I don't know if you saw these numbers, but they are like almost historically one of the worst defenses of all times. Most passing yards, rushing yards, and they're 31st in the league in points allowed. Like, now they're playing the Patriots, who average 27 points per game. Like, to me, it seems like a recipe of disaster.
Yeah, unless Joe Burrow starts, and he was a full participant today, but unless he starts and he can level the playing field a little bit, Patriots, if they come to play, they execute, they limit the mistakes, the penalties, they take care of the ball, they should win this game by 14 to 17 points. Even if it's closer than that, you know that if it ends up being a shootout, which it could, I mean, we know Joe Flacco still has some gas left in the tank, even without Jamar Chase because of his stupidity. That's still a pretty good skill group with Higgins and Gesicki and Brown and the rest of those guys. Even if that's the case, even if Cincinnati plays well on offense and this ends up being a shootout, Patriots should win. That is one of the worst defenses we've seen in a long time. That same defense gave up over 500 yards to the Jets a couple weeks ago. So that should tell you something about them and how bad they are. To your point about them being historically bad, they chase out Lou Anarumo. They bring in Al Golden, who was a defensive coordinator at Notre Dame last year, longtime coordinator, former head coach at Miami. He has really struggled to get anything out of this group. They would have been better off sticking with Anarumo. Ultimately, regardless of how the Patriots defense plays, the Patriots offense on Sunday should have their way with what is arguably the worst defense in the league.
You mentioned Joe Burrow a couple of times. Do you think he's going to play this weekend?
It's interesting because I was talking about it with James before I came on. He's a full participant. Now, you've got the 21-day window, and typically teams try to exhaust that full window before they activate a guy that's been out as long as he has. But if he's a full participant and he's ready to go, why not play him Sunday? This is a team that still has quote-unquote playoff aspirations. If that's the case, time is of the essence. If he's cleared and he can go Sunday, I don't see why you wouldn't start him if you're them. If you want to stay in the playoff mix, it's now or never. They need this one potentially if they want to still hang around and make a late push.
I agree with you. But I also think that the Bengals are stupid if they even let them play, for that matter. They haven't handled things right in a long time there, John. And, yeah, they signed their wide receivers, but, both of them can't even play together this week because of stupidity, right? And then their defense is just absolutely horrendous. Like, my question to you is Zach Taylor a good coach or is he a product of Joe Burrow?
I think he's a good coach, but I think if you're going to talk about him being a product of anybody, it's a product of Sean McVay. The thing with a lot of those Shanahan-McVay guys is when they get away from those two, unless it's the right situation, kind of like what O'Connell inherited in Minnesota, unless it's that type of a situation. And look, make no mistake about it. The reason I think Zach Taylor is a good coach is, don't forget, with a healthy Joe Burrow, he took them to a Super Bowl 3 years ago. So that wasn't by accident. Yes, Burrow was playing well. They beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, all that stuff. I do think he's a good coach. All of that being said, though, the great coaches in the league are able to survive even an injury to their starting quarterback for a period of time and keep their team competitive. That's the difference, in my opinion, with Zach Taylor. Do I think he's a good coach? Yes. Do I think he's an elite coach in this league? No. We've seen it. They were somewhat competitive the first 5 weeks of the season, and then they've fallen apart since, and now they appear to be out of it. But, yes, I think he's a good coach, but I don't think he's a top-tier coach in the league.
All right, we're talking with John Sarianides. Check out his work, New England Football Journal. It's a big week. You got a lot of high school stuff, college football. There's some big rivalry games coming up as well. Just a couple more things on the Patriots. They're without Milton Williams, placed on injured reserve. It's a high ankle sprain. For a big man, that sounds scary. He's been, if I asked you, or if you ask me, I think he's been a top 3 player on the team this year. Huge acquisition. How do the Patriots now adjust without Milton Williams?
Well, I think one of the things that is a good thing for them is they've been rotating Durden and Farmer and Tonga. So those guys have played a lot of snaps this season. Now, they're not Milton Williams. You're not going to replace the player or the production. But you have enough depth there that those guys have played enough snaps that they can step in and at least allow you to be competitive defensively. Again, you're not going to replace the player. You're not going to replace the production. But those guys have done enough that I think that they should keep this defense moving along here up front until he comes back. Now, ankle sprains are tricky because this could end up being a 2 to 4 week injury. It could end up being a 4 to 6 week injury. And they're typically trickier with linemen. So we may not see him until the end of the season, potentially. All that being said, it's a big loss for them. And I agree with you, Joe. He has been one of their 3 best players this season. You're not going to replace him per se, but you hope that those guys have played enough that they can step up now, play more snaps, and be productive enough that you can get by without him.
I just want to ask you about Brandon Swinson. They called him Braden Swinson, excuse me. They called him up this week. Was a draft pick, right? They cut him. He had chances to go elsewhere, including the Bills, for that matter. Stayed in New England, and now they're taking a chance on him. But you saw him at LSU. He was a dynamite pass rusher. Could he be a part of the mix now with Milton Williams out of it?
I think he's going to need to be a part of the mix. Let's not forget, when you look at what they have at defensive end edge, they're a little thin there. And so there are going to be snaps there for him to take advantage of. And I think he needs to step up and seize this opportunity, because one of the areas that the Patriots potentially could have upgraded during the trade deadline was defensive end edge. They didn't do it. Harold Landry has really slowed down, really hasn't been the same player since he tweaked his knee against the Saints. Caleb Von Chason has been terrific for them. You want to talk about a guy that, could potentially be a top 5, top 10 player for them? He would fit that bill. I think Swinson has an opportunity to carve out a role for himself moving forward, and the hope is that by the time Milton Williams comes back, he's carved enough of a role for himself that he's an integral part of the team's sub-packages, and he can rush the passer, and he can give them another guy there that can play some snaps and take the pressure off of Landry and Chason. So this is a good opportunity for the kid to come up, carve out a role for himself, and potentially help this team down the stretch and during a playoff run.
All right, John. Wanted to get in just a couple of other things with you. College football, when you look at it, how do you feel about Georgia now into the bottom 4? And there's some big games this week. USC, Oregon is one that I'm really looking at. Not to mention next week, I believe, is Ohio State, Michigan. Are both those teams, maybe should be circling some of those? Michigan has Maryland, and I think Ohio State has Rutgers. Anything to be concerned about there?
No, not at all. And look, the reality is when you think about the top 12 and when you talk about who ultimately gets in, the SEC, the Big Ten, they're always going to have an advantage over the Big 12 and the ACC. And if you can get more of those teams from those conferences in, then you do it. And that's why I think ultimately I would not be surprised if this thing expands to 16 teams starting next year, because I think those two conferences drive the wagon, and I think those two conferences want more of their programs in the college football playoff. So I think that when you look at the seedings this week, it's not a surprise to me, because I think that the more of those programs you can have in the playoff, the more compelling the games, the better the ratings, the better it is for the sport ultimately. And I know a lot of people are going to look at that and say, yeah, but now it's even more of a blue blood invitational. And I understand that. But if Georgia, Michigan, those programs have 2 losses and they can finish the regular season with a couple of losses, you can get them in. You get them in. Even if it's in that 7-12 range, you slot them in and you give them a chance to play for a national championship. And I think ultimately those types of programs are going to have an advantage when it's all said and done.
John, if you were to pick head coach of these 3 teams, LSU, Penn State, and Florida, who do you got?
Obviously Lane Kiffin is an attractive option, and I would think if you're LSU, you got to empty the bank account for him. You've got to make a strong run at him. I think it's something that when you look at what he's done at Ole Miss, and that's not necessarily the easiest place to win. I think if you're LSU, you go all in on him. I think if you're Florida, you make a really, really strong run at Dan Lanning at Oregon. I know he has everything he needs there. I know he has the Nike money. I know that he can build a national championship caliber program. He already has. But I think Florida, you can take that thing to another level, probably a level beyond Oregon, because you're in the state of Florida. Wow. You can recruit Florida. You can recruit the South. You can take that program to another level. If you're Penn State to me is in an interesting spot, because I think Penn State is the perfect program, not necessarily for a proven guy per se, but a proven guy that needs that next job. A guy like a Matt Campbell at an Iowa State, a guy like Bob Chesney, who is near and dear to our hearts at New England Football Journal, friend of the site, has always been good to us. I think you're almost better off going with someone like that, because those guys have proven that they can win, that they're winners, but now they can get to that quote-unquote final destination job and really show the country just how much they can win and why they've been so successful as head coaches at other places.
All right, John, before we let you go, everybody check out New England Football Journal. You have the MIAA Top 25 Playoff Edition. And I believe there are 32 teams in action this weekend. 22 of those teams are in the top 25 this week. So there's some big games. I know St. John's Prep's playing Central Catholic on Friday night. What are some other big games to look forward to? And John, can you just explain to everybody the difference now? Like we played on Thanksgiving and then played in a Super Bowl, right? What is it like now?
Well, you have the state semifinals this weekend. So you mentioned you have 32 teams. There's 8 divisions. And after the state semifinal games this weekend, you will play the traditional Thanksgiving games next week. Now, they're not all on Thursday anymore like they used to be. Some will be played Tuesday night at Fenway. Some will be played Wednesday night at Fenway and other locations. And then the rest of them will be played on Thursday. Then the Super Bowl start up the following Thursday. You'll have 2 games Thursday, December 4th, 2 games on December 5th, and then 4 games that Saturday, the 6th, I believe. I think I've got my dates right. So you're going to have the 8 Super Bowls that weekend. So it is different than what we're used to, but to your point, Joe, there's some great matchups this weekend. You mentioned Prep Central Catholic. You've got Springfield Central and Zavarian. That's the other Division I matchup. That has become one of the best rivalries in the state the last 5 years. Division II, Winchester CM is going to be an interesting matchup to watch. Winchester's been really impressive this season. On the other side, you have Fian and Bridgewater Raynham, which is an interesting matchup. Division III, King Philip, Malden Catholic. Malden Catholic with a surprise playoff run, but they're a pretty good program. Joe Gaff does a good job there. That'll be an interesting matchup. And then one of the best games of the weekend is on the other side of that bracket, North Attleboro and Milton. They're going to play on Saturday in Milford. You've got some other great matchups along the way as well with the other divisions. So it's going to be a great weekend for high school football, not just in Massachusetts, but in the region. You've got championship games in Maine, championship games in Rhode Island, and then the regular season wraps up in Connecticut over the course of the next week as well. So plenty of good high school football coming up in the next 2 weeks.
All right, John. Good luck. What are you guys playing? Who do you guys got?
We are playing Malden Catholic Saturday at 3 p.m. at Bridgewater. The game before us will be Foxborough Archbishop Williams. So that's a good doubleheader.
Wow.
If you're hanging out, you got nothing to do on Saturday, it might rain a little, bring the umbrella and come watch 2 great games that are going to determine who plays in the Division 3 and 5 Super Bowls, respectively.
I'm glad to hear Archie's is still going, man. Like all those small Catholic schools, dude, they're all gone.
Yeah. Archie's. They put a hell of a squad together and got Hudson Garrity, a quarterback who's one of the top quarterback recruits in the country in the class of 2029. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of talent that's going to be on multiple fields that day. But if you're in that Bridgewater area, those are going to be 2 really good games. The 2 Milford games are going to be fantastic, too. Springfield Central, Zavarian, and then Milton and North Attleboro as well.
All right, John, if we don't talk to you, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, what do the Greeks do on Thanksgiving?
What do the Greeks do on Thanksgiving? Well, we make the turkey. We make all the traditional Thanksgiving fare, but then you have the Greek flair to it. The stuffing has a little bit of a Greek flair to it. You got to have the feta cheese, the Greek cheeses. You got to have the bread. You got to have the olive oil. The horyatica salata, that's the village salad as it's known. So we had our own twist to it. It's not all straight up turkey, cranberry sauce, stuffing, and the normal fixings. It's you got to add some flair to it.
A little tzatziki in there?
There'll be some tzatziki. You got to have tzatziki with everything. Tzatziki and turkey are actually a really good combination.
Oh, I never thought of that. Maybe on a little, on a gyro? Oh,
yeah, and you can listen. Tzatziki is a universal. It's a universal condiment. You can put it on anything, and it'll make anything taste good. It's better than Frank's hot sauce. You know that they put that crap on everything. Tzatziki is like Frank's hot sauce. You put that crap on everything.
You should see Street Team Joe's face right now talking about all this food. He's very excited. He's John Sarianides, everybody. New England Football Journal. Go check it out. John, appreciate you, man. We'll catch up soon.
All right, appreciate it, brother. And if I don't talk to you, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. Appreciate you, bro. All
appreciate you.
Yeah, he's John Sarianides, everybody. Tzatziki, sauce, and turkey. I'd throw a little cranberry in there, too, just to, spice it up a little bit, And maybe if there was a little baklava, maybe like pieces of baklava. Some guy in chat says that I slurp into the microphone. Is that true? Am I a slurper, Joe?
I don't think so. I think you're good.
What do you think, Skaz? Am I a slurper? Do I slurp into the microphone? You can't hear what I'm saying. Do I slurp into the microphone?
I mean, maybe on occasion, Joe, but not too often. Oh. I'm getting an echo right now. I'm not going to blame Street Team Joe, but
whatever.
It's got to be his fault.
Some guy said, stop slurping into the mic. It's gross. Edit out the slobbering. Was I really slobbering? Was I, though?
I heard no slobbering. 0 slobbering tonight.
Okay, but I have slobbered.
I mean, who am I to say?
Slobber knocker. That's what the show is. All right, well, whoever that guy is, if I was slobbering, I'm sorry for slobbering. Actually, I don't apologize, and I'm not sorry. We'll slobber knocker this thing out of the park after the headline here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub.
friendly tonight. I don't know what it is. This guy's been waiting on hold, so let's get to him. Dennis in the truck. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Hey, Dennis, you've been hanging on, man. What kind
I've been hanging there.
What kind of truck you
Listen,
drive?
I got a couple of things to say, and then I'm going to hang up and just listen to what you got to say.
All right, well, real quick. What kind of truck you driving?
Okay, number one, I think Josh McDaniels is the best offensive coordinator in the league. And because, I mean, look what, after Brady left, look what he did with Mac Jones. The first year, he took us to the playoffs. But then Josh took off for another head coach job that he should never have done. And so, and I don't believe, everybody goes, Belichick, Brady. I don't believe that. Look at Belichick's record after Brady left. I believe it was Brady McDaniels. So I'm going to just hang up and listen to what you got to say about that.
Hey, Dennis, what kind of truck do you drive?
I drive an F-150 Ford.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Been trying to get that answer for a little while now. I like a Ford F-150. Extended cab, maybe.
What truck would you drive, Joe, if you had a choice?
Well, listen. I don't know if this is really considered a truck, but I love the Honda Ridgeline. And since I am a Honda SUV driver, they make a pickup truck. And do you really consider a Honda a pickup truck? No. But I'd like that tailgate in the back.
You have a nice car too. I like your car.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I went in it last week to check out your truck.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Hey, here we go. So last week, I got a bag of fun from Ben in Nashua, and Joe was very interested in what was in the what's in the bag, man. What's in the bag? I looked at Joe straight in the eyes. I said, "Dude, I can't move. If you go get the bag, let's go unload it." Is any of the stuff still over there?
No, it's all been taken. It's all been taken.
Oh, so people wanted it.
Yeah, so Ben gave you a free bag of stuff at the card store.
At
the card
show, yeah.
the card show.
And we did an unveiling. There was golf balls. We gave them the scag. You took the socks.
Yeah, I took some chargers.
Oh, yeah, there was chargers. Yep, there was a mug, like a nice mug.
Yep, a TikTok stand, something you can record with.
Yep. There's what else was there?
You have fans that care, Joe.
Oh, no, we had fans.
Remember? We have actual fans too. You have fans that care, and
portable fans.
Yeah, portable fans.
But you went into the edition of what's in Joe's trunk, but we haven't done an edition yet of what's in Street Team Joe's trunk.
Yeah, my mom has definitely packed a lot of stuff back there that is used for emergencies only, but I'm curious to check it out. I haven't checked it out ever.
All right. Well, we got in or out coming up, but intern Mark back there from Curry has developed something that I think you and I need to indulge in. And it's regarding potatoes. French potatoes. Fries.
Potatoes are in my top 5 food, just in case anyone was wondering.
I wish everyone could see Skaz. I wish you could see him. All right, let's break. This hour of the sports has been brought to you by our good friends, because they are. They're our good friends over at Comcast Business. They're giving business thousands of dollar holiday bonus when you switch to gig speed packages. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. I'm Joe Murray. In or out? Next.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in?
Anyways, all the coverage begins at 9:30 here on the Sports Hub. Puck drops at 10 p.m. Patriots and Bengals this week. Joe Burrow, full participant at Bengals practice while, Joey Flacco, he has a shoulder thing, so he didn't practice. Headlines, they are brought to you by Joyce Cooling and Heating in Nashville. Heating season's here. Save up to $4,400 in rebates and tax credits on new Lennox systems. You can now schedule your appointment right online at joycecool.com. I'm Joe Murray. It's now time for In or Out.
Here we go. Boom. I win. Boom. Yeah. It's a buddy.
We've got a passion for Boston sports.
Get angry.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is...
Gift cards, jewelry, sexual explicit items, and items resembling body parts are all excluded.
Okay, so just video games.
Yeah.
What about trading cards?
Some taxidermy. You could get a nice taxidermied animal in there, trade it in.
Oh, that would be... I would love to send intern Mark or somebody to a GameStop that day and just go in line.
See what he could leave with?
Man on the street. Maybe he could bring French fries. Wonder what that would get you for store credit. All right, what's next, guys?
All right, Joe, big news with the Red Sox today. No, it was not one of their offseason moves, but Fenway Fest is returning in 2026. Joe, are you in or out on the return of Fenway Fest January 10th?
In. This is going to be a big one this year.
It's going to be a big one.
Oh, my God. Everyone's got Red Sox fever, man. This is the year. They're back. They need it. They need it. It's been bad for a while. I think last year, the playoff, all that, it was a lot. It actually, I think it's good for this town when the Red Sox are playing well. Would you go to that? Or would it be like an eye roll?
If it was in my backyard, maybe. Is it still in Springfield?
No, wasn't that Foxwoods?
It was, yeah. It used to be at Fenway.
See, that
I used to go. I went a couple times, I should say, when it was there. Oh, yeah.
Really?
My dad, partial season ticket holder for 20-something years, yeah. Wow. Only 10-game pack, but yeah, why not?
And that's what you get is free tickets.
I don't even know, to be honest. I was younger, so.
I'm in. I'm fine with it.
All right, Joe, we'll head to the world of semi-fast food, fast casual here. Joe, are you familiar with the Steakhouse Sizzler?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
The Love Steakhouse Sizzler chain is making a comeback with refreshed rebranding. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the return of Sizzler?
Oh, Sizzler rules, by the way. Oh, God. I went to one in... I actually went to one in Vegas, believe it or not. But... the Sizzler is like a, it's kind of like isn't it kind of like a Texas Roadhouse with seafood?
I think Sizzler is like a steakhouse. At least that's what I thought of him as.
It is, but it's seafood, right? Doesn't it have like all...
I'm unfamiliar with Sizzler. My apologies.
I had a country fried steak when I went there. Don't ask me why. It was what I ate that night. Wow, they had 700 restaurants at one point. Grilling great food since 1958 was their slogan. What movie was it when it says, let's go Sizzler? What was that? Very big on the West Coast, Sizzler. In.
I'm being told it's Happy Gilmore. They mentioned Sizzler, the original.
There you go, yeah. But no, like... give me like a Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse, Outback. Give me any of those like chains in. And I talked to Street Team Joe about this. I love Chili's.
Of course, those
They
baby back ribs.
That 3 for 10. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. No, but they have a 3 for 10, dude, that you can't beat.
KFC for this next one. KFC says Cluck Turkey and debuts $25 Thanksgiving dinner with 3 different gravies. The festive feast is priced at $25 and includes 8 pieces of extra crispy chicken, biscuits, 2 large mashed potatoes, and 3 8-ounce gravies. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the KFC Thanksgiving dinner?
That's lonely sadness. Nothing says depression like what you just explained. Like, you want gluttony and depression? That right there. The $25 Thanksgiving dinner with 3 different gravies. You want to take a nap? You don't need the turkey. All right? I'm in, guys.
All that to say, I'm in.
Sadness. Give me all your fatty sadness, please. Oh no, you wanna eat your feelings and be miserable and feel like crap? I like KFC. But what I'm trying to say is you're not gonna feel good. That's sadness right there. You wanna be sad on the holiday? Go to KFC.
What a slogan.
I slobbered, I'm sorry.
No apologies necessary, Joe.
Hey, some guy got mad at me.
Joe, some big news in the golf world and maybe for the gambling world as well. The PGA Tour announced something that they should have been doing years ago, but will start taking place in 2026. Watch pressure unlike anything else with a new stream called The Cut Line, starting Fridays at 2:45 p.m. On the PGA Tour Twitter and YouTube. You can now watch players hovering around the cut line trying to make it to the weekend exclusively on these streams. Joe Murray, are you in or out?
What do you think, Mr. Golfer?
This is a big in. This is something the tour should have been doing for a while. I mean, maybe even more than half of the great stories on the tour are these guys trying to make the cuts, trying to make the weekends, and you get to see that. A lot of bets placed are to make the cut, to miss the cut. So I think this is a great thing for the tour.
Yeah, in. Are people going to yell, "Get in the hole"?
Yeah, I mean, always mashed potatoes. You'll get that.
You get that in the sad meal too, right?
That is in the set. 3 different gravies as well, Joe.
Well, let's talk about this. What kind of different gravies are there?
Give me 1 second. It features signature brown, white peppercorn, and new Southwest cheddar gravy. That do anything for you?
I'd mix them all in one, baby. Put a little here, a little there, and a little there, and mix it around. Boom! Sadness. Hey, by the way, in or out on people short-forming words. For example, IIRC. Do you know what that stands for?
If I remember correctly.
How'd you know that?
It's an acronym. Well, yeah. I mean, not really.
So
but
isn't Maz on the hate acronyms?
I don't know if that's one
Isn't
of
his
staunch
I hate
stances.
the word acronyms or whatever. No, but I didn't know that. Wow, you're good. I'm not.
A lot of time on the internet, Joe.
By the way, if I remember on I just said Can't Hardly Wait. White Men Can't Jump. We're going Sizzler. We're going Sizzler. Now that I remember it now. You get that on video.
A lot of calls. We cover all our bases. I feel like there was one you put in Slack earlier today that we wanted to get to. The trailer for the Hard Knocks in season following the NFC East was released today. Joe Murray, are you in or out on an in-season entire division, the NFC East Hard Knocks?
Out. Don't care. The NFC East does nothing for me anymore. The big bad NFC East, Washington Cowboy King Bagger. Nothing. Out. I got a couple for you. Do you mind?
Please.
You're a new homeowner now.
Correct, yes.
In or out on Flex Seal?
It's a product I often see. I remember the great Billy Mays, R.I.P. I believe he was one of the Flex Seal guys. It's a product I've never used. In theory, it seems tremendous, but I've never actually used it in practice. Have you ever used Flex Seal?
Oh, yeah.
We've done a lot of homeowner type talk when we're walking out of here this week. Joe's trying out some products.
Yes. So, okay, I have tried Flex Seal. I didn't cut a hole in a boat and do it, but I did Flex Seal something once. when I was working in the automotive business, and it worked. So it did work.
Was it something that should have been Flex Sealed?
Probably not. But you know what else really works well? And in or out on using WD-40 to clear scratches on your car.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, if it's a cheap trick,
I got
why
more
not?
for you. You know what more?
Please.
You need car junk. I got car stuff.
I know, like the plunger trick. You can like get a dent out with that. If they're like hot water.
Ask Jeremy. It just happened for him.
I unfortunately heard about that story. It's tough.
He goes, "Hey Joe, this car thing," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, they just popped that right up." He goes, "Dude, I went in. They popped it out for me." I go, "Yeah, I know." Yeah, like no, that's something that if you had the tool. You know how like something irritates you, like remember that thing hanging from your car that bothered me for a long
yes,
time?
yeah.
That you finally look, and it looks great now.
Yes,
I have nothing to pick on your car about.
Still
anymore.
comes down every once in a while, but we've got it back in place.
What I'm trying to say is that like I'm not getting under there, but I really want to put a zip tie on that thing. When someone sees that little dent like that, all they can think of is pulling that thing out. And I mechanics in particular, it's like no, they want to like do that.
It's like those pimple popper videos,
yeah, exactly.
almost.
It's the same thing. I have this on the way. I bought alien tape. Now, just so everybody knows, Street Team Joe's on TikTok. You're not on TikTok. I am made for TikTok because
you're a doom scroller.
Really, TikTok is just an infomercial, right? They pay these people to just be. So now, you know what the one they're getting me now on? The electric snowblower.
I feel like this is a Jim Louth product. I feel like he was an electric snowblower. I feel like that was a topic of discussion back in the day.
So imagine a weed whacker, right?
Oh, I'm sorry? A what?
A weed whacker, right? But now the weed, like it's got, the battery and everything. Like the weed, take the weed.
I have a leaf blower that has the battery pack.
Okay,
yes.
Same thing. Now add a little bit of a shovel with a spinner, and it's a portable snowblower.
I just feel like maybe if you have like one walkway or a very, very small driveway, you may be able to get away with that. But
yes, like your back porch.
Yeah,
it's like one of those vacuums that you don't need to power. It just kind of. You ever see that at like you go to an old place like a chateau or something, and they got that old rolling vacuum that somehow still works. But the other one that I saw in or outs. These are all in or outs, by the way.
Please.
What about the heated shovel?
This is one that do you think it works?
Well, on TikTok, it looks like it works.
Of course, on TikTok, it's gotta work. In the commercial, it looks great.
And like the things, it looks like a heater. Like it literally, the shovel heats up. I'll never forget Leroy. I worked with him one day. It was a snowstorm, and I go, "Hey man, like, it took me like 3 hours to shovel out today." And he goes, "Oh no, not me." And he goes, "I used the Lord's shovel." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, the sun." And I couldn't stop laughing from that.
It's a great line.
It is absolutely great line. The Lord shovel. So, anyways, there's alien tape. Alien tape.
People in the chat are praising alien tape.
Okay, so the alien tape though is a two-sided tape. So, for example, if I took this bottle and put tape on it, I could stick it to the wall. That's alien tape. What you really need is alien draft seal tape. The draft seal. You put the tape on the draft, and it's got two sides. The little stopper stops the cracks from your windows and doors from entering the home, which therefore in the summer and the winter, it blocks air coming into your house to save your heating bill. I have it. I just got the notification that it has been delivered. Should I do it? Should I do this tomorrow?
Yeah, I think you have to make a TikTok, Joe.
Oh my God, I could be like one of those people that actually sees.
You could be like Billy
me
Mays.
doing it.
Yes. Put it in practice.
I really just do food videos right now.
Yeah, expand.
How's your meat came by last week?
Oh, I did. I think I was.
I introduced you to him.
Yes,
you were working the game, though.
I was working, yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Your meat was good?
I put it. It's on TikTok.
Joe's Meat's on TikTok.
But yes, alien draft seal. Just remember, if you're buying it, don't get the tape. The tape is the stuff that sticks to anything. Get the alien draft seal tape.
What is like the one infomercial that they got you?
Oh, no doubt about it. Columbia House during the 90s. Sign up for Columbia House. Get 10 CDs for $9.99. Dude, I don't think I ever paid for a CD in my entire life in the 90s. That's how I started listening to bands. My buddy had a subscription for Columbia House. Who the hell was paying that bill?
No idea.
Did they go bankrupt?
Had
What
to.
happened there?
I feel like the big one, obviously the Snuggie was huge.
Oh, yeah.
The Magic Bullet.
Ooh, Magic Eraser?
Magic Eraser is a good product.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser is a fantastic,
It works.
Oh, yeah.
It's abrasive, but it works. The Shake Weight. Shake Weight was a big one.
Oh, yeah. Well, back in the 90s. Was this the 80s or 90s?
P90X was
that was
another
a big
one.
one.
Chuck Norris.
Suzanne Summers had the Thigh Master.
Ah, yes. There you go.
And she was, the mom on Step by Step.
Was the George Foreman grill, was that an infomercial?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's the greatest thing. You know who said that he almost invented it?
Oh, Hulk Hogan, right? Yeah.
Of course he did.
Screw that guy.
Well, he's dead.
Well, yeah, but same sentiment.
Anything else for... I just went on a tangent right there.
Moon shoes were one I always wanted as a child, but definitely didn't work in practice.
But those CDs, man, when it's like, listen to the sounds of Hall & Oates, and it'd play a Hall & Oates song.
Those are the commercials that came on at like 2 in the morning, right?
And it'd be like, I kiss the rain down.
Big 8 CDs, 400 songs.
Yeah, or like, I'd always see like some real washed up people being like, get back to your days by listening to this. And
You're reminding me of like the Now That's What I Call Music CDs that like
those
every
ruled.
soccer mom had. Yeah.
Again, I graduated high school in 2000, so in 1999, What's Happening Now 1 had the Spice Girls, had Limp Bizkit on there. I think, who else was on there? 1999. Well, it was a lot of boy bands, I think. Because that was the TRL days, man.
Was that like 98 Degrees or whatever it was?
Well, actually, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were battling it out, man. And then Britney had to get her way, and then Christina was involved. And every week it was just,
a tumultuous time back then.
Who's going to be number one, And then like The Offspring one day had Pretty Fly for a White Guy, and everyone flipped out. Next. Anything? Is that it?
I think that is going to wrap up a Wednesday night edition of In or Out.
Speaking of TikTok.
Please.
Yesterday, my buddy's over at Fresh Pulls in Peabody. My buddy Jesse over there. He sends me a TikTok message. I'm going to pull it up right now so I can give you the accuracy of this. Okay? It is Tommy from Lynn, Drake May, and then it's New Patriots Anthem, Street Meat. Somebody sent me the Tommy from Lynn, Street Meat, gotta call Joe Murray, see what he's bringing me. Whatever, I forget the lines now. All right, should we end this?
I think we got to go to break. I'll let Street Team Joe slide back over.
We got to go to break. I'm Joe Murray, listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
have people reaching out to me about the last segment. Monster ballads. Every bad boy had a soft side. That's right. I asked Jake in the hallway when I saw him, I said, hey, what was your favorite infomercial? And he goes, remember the bag that had the pocket? And I'm like, no. So now I'm thinking about it. What was the bag that had a pocket? Oh, you know what else is a good commercial? Blue blockers. The sunglasses. You guys ever remember the guy who would rap on the street? Get your blue blockers?
Like, the blue light glasses?
No, yes, exactly.
Yeah. I don't remember that, but that's a good commercial.
I also grew up in Boston, so we had cable vision, which was kind of like the A and B trunk. You ever watch Tommy Boy and he goes, were you watching Spanktravision? Spanktravision was, well, sorry. For those that grew up in the city, we had an A and B trunk, Channel 3, Channel 2. Channel 23 was Playboy, Channel 24 was Spice. And every once in a while, you could put 24B on Channel 2, and you got sounds, baby.
Sounds.
Yes, you did. You got full sound. Like, was that like the original ASMR?
I don't know if that's what I would call it, Joe.
Spectrovision.
Spectrum, yeah. Must be one of the Yankees.
Richard. Who's your favorite little rascal? Is it Alfalfa? Or is it Spanky? Sorry, I'm being a clown right now. We're going to put a smile on Jeremy Conley's face. Working all night long tonight. I feel bad. Oh, he only greets me one way. That's how he... Oh, we got to work post-game this week, too. All right, let's go to the phone calls. Kevin is in Rhode Island. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
How are you doing?
Good. I think the tune was, I got blue blockers, you need blue blockers, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Get your blue blockers. Yeah. Commercial.
Yeah, get your blue blocker. Yeah. Love that one.
There's like a guy on the street.
That was great. Yeah, so Middletown, Rhode Island. You go to the KFC, you order a 2-piece meal after 8 p.m., and they give you like 4 pieces of chicken. So you can get like a double meal there.
Oh, do you want another trick of the trade?
What's that?
Do you ever go to Market Basket?
Oh, yeah. I mean, every week.
So Market Basket closes its market at 9 o'clock. If you're in the store at 8:45, they'll have something on the intercom that will say, all produce and subs 50% off.
I didn't know that.
So if you're ever kicking around at night, about 8:45, and you hear the old intercom, you can get turkey subs for like $2, dude.
Yeah. So KFC gets you double the chicken for whatever after 8 o'clock.
Would you do the Thanksgiving cluck chicken meal?
What's that?
Would you do the KFC Thanksgiving meal?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
Good. No, you weren't listening. 3 gravies. Remember? 3 different gravies. While we're talking gravy, I don't even know why I want to do this story. Jordan Hudson was cheerleading. I don't know what it was. It's weird. I think we can all say it's complicated. It's weird. It's hard to discuss the Jordan Hudson Bill Belichick relationship.
Is it that complicated, Joe?
Well, it's hard to talk about, even though everyone's talking about it. It's weird. No, it's weird. I dated girls growing up. I went to Catholic school, so there was this thing called color guard. It was you flip the thing up in the air and they do the dances. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know, like it was kind of
See him before a big game.
Exactly. This was, Catholic youth organization, so this was,
Every game's a big game.
And then it'd go into dance recital stuff, right? I dated girls that danced, and they'd have a recital every year, and I was the supporter. I went, I helped with the mats. You know what I mean? I lifted all the heavy stuff. I put up the signs because I'm a supporter. That's what I do. What's the difference between what Bill Belichick's doing right now?
About a 60-year age gap, I would say.
Why is she at 25? Still a cheerleader. What kind of cheerleading is she doing?
I believe it was a co-ed league.
What the hell is that?
Joe, that I cannot. It sounds like a horrible fantasy football punishment to me. That's what it sounds like to me. If I was ever thrust into that world, that would be the only circumstance I could ever see that happening. But yeah, this was something that I didn't know existed until these pictures surfaced, and people have broken down the film, Bill's facial expressions during the routine. Yes, just a lot going on in the world of Bill Belichick right now. And he's actually, done all right the last couple of weeks with UNC, but nobody really cares about that.
How many 25-year-olds are still cheerleading?
I couldn't even begin to guess, Joe.
I don't even. I don't want to offend anybody. I support the professional cheer. I've watched that Dallas Cowboys show. Oh, it's great. You ever seen the Dallas Cowboys?
I'm aware of the show.
No, Skaz. This is some riveting stuff. I'm not joking. The things that these women have to go through to become like a cheerleader, it's crazy. No, it really is kind of like it's deep. Some of these it's crazy. So I respect it, but isn't that a professional job? Like when you're a cheerleader, I know it's not a full-time salary or anything like that. Like these girls hustle. They do shows and signings and get paid for it. I'm just saying that's they want to play. They want to be on a professional franchise. You know what I'm saying? 25. What the hell is she doing? What is she doing?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the question is what's the end goal here? Is it just for leisure, for fun? I don't know.
I will say this, though.
I thought you were going to mention her little back and forth with Pablo Torre there.
I was. Just wanted to hammer home this one more time. I support Bill Belichick watching his girlfriend cheerlead.
You love, Joe.
Correct. But I don't want to crap on Bill for showing love and support. And you know what else I'll say is I think he's do or die. Ride or die.
There's a lot of jokes to be made there that I'm just going to turn the mic off for that one.
Well, anyways, Pablo Torre found out that he is the podcaster of the year. That thing.
What an honor, too. I mean, what an illustrious class he was going up against.
Can we be like a show of the year or anything? Hey, Mark. Are we nominated for anything?
Hi, Joe.
No, would we even know if we were nominated for something?
I certainly don't. I'm going to lean no, though.
Well, Pablo Torre finds out.
I'll throw you on hold. You want to talk to Joe about it?
And, okay. Well, there you go, Mark. Jordan Hudson retweets Pablo Torre today, finding out he's been named one of the best shows and best episodes of 2025 by Apple Podcasts. Couldn't do it without you sickos. And she writes, "You're welcome." Spelled it right, too. You gotta get your spelling right if you're gonna diss me.
I mean, it's Bridgewater State Education. We got a couple alumni in the building right now.
That's right.
A couple of them.
Wow. That is right.
A couple Bears.
Who benefited more, Pablo or her?
I don't even know. Benefiting, Joe, feels like a strong word on both cases. I think Pablo's had some whiffs recently that have a good year. I'm not going to, disparage that, but I think he kind of gassed up a couple stories that weren't really worthy of the gassing. But I think Jordan Hudson probably got the most publicity out of anyone Pablo Torre's talked about.
Do you think Jordan is listening to the haters?
Certainly. She has him on speed dial, it feels like.
She's learning from the best.
Haters are her motivators, Joe, you know?
What a story.
That's the best way to put it.
What a story.
What a story.
What was that movie with the dancing girl? I know there's a lot of them. Dahlia? What was that? No.
Footloose?
No.
Roadhouse.
No, not that one. No.
Ghost.
No, I love that though. Oh my, with the clay, my pottery. Excuse me, my darling. Come. What do you got, Joe?
I was thinking Almost Famous.
Oh yeah. You know what the name of the band was in that movie?
No, but you're going to tell me.
Water or something. No. Water?
It was Water? I thought it was like Styx or something.
No, Styx is a real band. Come on. Almost Famous band. Joe, come on.
Water? Stillwater?
Stillwater.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
I was right on it.
Oh, my God. Put two Joes together. Here's your brain. All right.
Kate Hudson, what a performance in that movie.
She was just absolutely excellent.
That's my dad's favorite movie.
Top 5?
Yeah.
Oh, number 1 on your tabs.
That's the only reason I've seen it. That movie's way too old for me, but I have seen it because he loves it.
Hold me closer, time to dance. Oh. That's what they sing in the movie on the bus. Because he's supposed to be home. He's really getting laid.
On the cover of Rolling Stones?
That's right. And then he didn't like the writing? Was that what it was? And then he went to his house and his mom ripped him. But he made it home. And he got laid. All right, well, we got to go to the headline. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins in action. throws for a shot. With nowhere to go, Brown made an ill-advised entry pass to Luka Garza in the paint, yielding a turnover. Brown struggled to find his rhythm in the first half, failing to adequately take care of the basketball. And had 8 turnovers. It was bad. He had a bad night. Turnover. He was great as far as scoring goes. Missoula saw enough. He inserted Peyton Pritchard into the game for Brown, who played just 10 minutes in the first 24 minutes. The Celtics were in trouble. But he got benched. Missoula's strategy worked, though. Right? He benched him. He came back and scored whatever it was. 27 in the second half. Whatever number it was. Joe Mazzulla's benching Jaylen Brown in the first half of games.
Do you think he's taking analytics too seriously, and is he outthinking himself?
Well, I think this is just a group of assets. So I don't call this a team. But I guess the idea is him benching Jaylen Brown? Like, is that a good message? He did respond. Jaylen even talked about it. So I guess everything's cool, right? Or is it? Like, when are they going to bench Jaylen Brown? Because how many turnovers the guy's had in his career? We going to bench him? Put him back out there. What was the messaging of benching Jaylen Brown? What was the messaging? Scaz of the Green Teamers, you got anything on this? I don't care. Doesn't bother me one bit.
What do you mean? Like the messaging or him being benched in general?
He had turnovers. He sucked. He did. He was turning the ball over. He sucked. They sat him down. Peyton Pritchard went off. Jaylen Brown came in, finished the game.
Yeah, I think it's a much bigger story if he's benched in the second half or if he's benched down the stretch in one of these games. To me, then it's a bigger story. Him getting benched because he's playing sloppy in the first half and then comes back and rights his wrongs in the second half. I think that's good coaching. Like, that's something I think Celtics fans have wanted more out of Missoula, to be a little proactive in some of these games and chastise these guys or come down harder on them in the moment instead of just being reactive later on. So I'm for it. I think you saw Anthony Simons get benched in this game as well.
11 points at halftime. Got benched because he doesn't play defense. Jordan Walsh got benched for Josh Minot. Everyone that took their role after all responded.
Yeah, and I think we've kind of had an up and down year with Missoula. It's been a tough year to kind of grade him because of the roster, and I think that's why you're learning so much about Missoula this season because of the roster and him actually having to work for some of these wins and come up with different set designs and stuff like that. So yeah, I give Missoula credit for pulling the plug on some of those guys when he did, and then, sending them back out there.
Missoula put him over, too, in postgame. Basically said he played well. Look what he did in the second half. 9 for 19 overall, 23 points at the end of the third. He thought he had big offensive rebounds, which, remember, he didn't box out in the game a couple of weeks ago, or it was a week ago, or whatever. But Missoula specifically said he wanted to disperse the minutes. We wanted to make sure we were in good shape heading into halftime. He handled it great. I thought he had a great second half. There's nothing to see here. Right? Nothing to see here. Jaylen turned the ball over. He was sucking. They benched him. When they put Pritchard in, Pritchard went off. He went back in, had a great third quarter, had 29, whatever it was, 23 in the second half. He got praised after the game. Brown even said, hey, he's the coach, blah, blah, blah. Nothing to see here from me. But to what you said, Street Team Joe, is it too analytic, too
analytical?
I actually think this time it worked.
Do you have a problem with his rotations at all so far this season?
I think he's not playing any of the guys that were free agents and only cares about the guys that were here before. Like, I think he prioritizes Jordan Walsh. He doesn't prioritize Anthony Simons at all.
Simons is like carrying the Celtics up into the fourth quarter, and then he sits them down.
Because he can't play defense. Well, he can play defense. He doesn't play defense.
But he's carrying them offensively sometimes. Like, he and Jaylen Brown are sometimes the only guys you can score.
It's almost as he doesn't exist in the fourth quarter.
Is he gone at the deadline, Joe?
Yeah, he's cooked already.
Simons.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You mentioned Porzingis. Is that something you think could happen?
Well, listen. I think Skaz is over the experiment. Yeah, he's over it. He's over it. But do they need a big man? Yes. And if he was bought out, would I be interested? I would, but what does it mean for this year?
Yeah, and I think the problem with adding guys to this roster, and the reason why I was in favor of not in favor of the total dump in the offseason, but losing Porzingis, Holiday, and Horford, I think was obviously the most to do with money. No one is arguing that. It had the most to do with money and Tatum's injury. They dumped salary, all of that. But I also think another small piece of it is you've seen Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum play more minutes than any other duo in the NBA over the last 5 to 8 years, whatever it is. They're both constantly out there, especially Tatum. He played the most minutes in the league up until, from when he entered up until the time he got hurt. Playoffs, all that stuff, Olympics, even though he didn't play, he's still there, traveling, all that stuff. And with Horford, Porzingis, and Holiday, those were three guys that were key rotation pieces, starters, even that you couldn't rely on a nightly basis. No back-to-backs. They would both be, all three of them would be out for extended periods of time. And I think you saw over time that taxing Tatum and Brown. Tatum constantly playing the 4, even the 5 at times, out of position, playing every night, having to do more every night because those guys were out. I think part of the retooling that they've done is to make sure they have guys that can play every single night. And while those guys aren't quite as capable or as talented as Porzingis and Horford and Holiday, I think the new look Celtics next year with Tatum and Brown, hopefully fully healthy coming into the season, they need reliable bigs, reliable guys that are going to play every single night to kind of lessen not the night-to-night scoring, playmaking roles of Tatum and Brown, but just kind of the overall minutes load of them two constantly playing 35, 40 minutes, in games, in January, in late December, early February, stuff like that. They need to have more concrete NBA players on the roster that they can just rely on. It sounds simple. It sounds kind of dumb even, but I do think that's a big part of it, where when Tatum comes back and Brown's had some injuries over the last 2 seasons as well, they need guys that can just be out there on a nightly basis. And Kristaps Porzingis and Horford and Holiday, they weren't capable of doing that anymore.
Agree. Oh, speaking of Al Horford, threw this in Slack. Al Horford, 22 minutes per game, career low, 5.7 points per game, career low. Do we blame Steve Kerr?
Yeah, but I think also Al, he's on his last year. Wouldn't you agree? He's done after this.
Yeah, I just wanted to blame Steve Kerr, though.
Yeah. Do you think he regrets his decision at all? The Warriors, I don't know if they look like title contenders as of right now.
It's early.
They got blown out by the Lakers the other night.
Anything matter right now?
No. But they could be a play-in team.
They were last year. All right, to the break. We got to go to break. This hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to you by our good friends, and they are our good friends. And they are at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit knowingatoilchange.com. You can save 15% off an extra oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, got to be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hey, it's Zoe here. From start to finish, contractors count on Charles D. Sheehy with precision products, reliable delivery, and smart solutions. CDS helps keep Boston building strong every day. And when pressure's on and the deadline is tight, CDS shows up ready to deliver. Visit CDSI.com.
You work hard for your money. It's time to put your money to work for you. Buy a commercial Ford vehicle before the end of the year, and you could potentially save a bundle at tax time. Take advantage of this opportunity before December 31st on the #1 selling commercial vehicles for 40 consecutive years. And start working smarter with your money. Consult your tax advisor. Then visit your New England Ford dealers to learn more. Based on S&P Global Mobility, CY 1985 to 2024 U.S. TIPNet registrations, excluding registrations to individuals.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. With $2,500 in annual value, the new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business is the card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer, the originator.
Anaheim tonight. No Charlie McAvoy, though. He had surgery today. He got hit in the face with a puck No timetable on his return. And, well, Patriots are gearing up for the Bengals. Joe Burrow, a full participant for the Bengals. Joey Flacco, though, is dealing with a shoulder injury. Headlines, they are brought to you by Super Service Today. Winter's coming. Don't get caught in the cold. Call Super Service today. They'll give you a home full heating system and health and safety check. The most throughout New England, guaranteed. Book now at superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
High wrist shot. The Bruins. Rebound score! Play here. The Sports Hub.
Hour to go here. And we'll hand things over to Bruins hockey tonight. So we started Patriots-Bengals. I did see this one today, which I thought was kind of interesting regarding Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs had other suitors this year in free agency. One of those teams, the Denver Broncos. But he elected to play with the Patriots for $26 million. Vrabel spoke cannily about Drake May after the win the other night. I came here because of familiarity. I came here because of Drake May, was what he said. And another guy that had serious suitors, as we mentioned, was Stephon Diggs. I think Vrabel had plenty of suitors, but Denver was one of those teams. He opted to sign a 3-year, $69 million deal with the Patriots that had just $26 million of it guaranteed. He said, I feel like it was like a conglomerate. Young quarterback who showed some promise, showed some skill, can throw the ball, is mobile, being young. But then also Josh McDaniels, he mentioned. He's been around the game for a long time. Homecoming for him. He's called a lot of great plays here. And then Vrabel. So it was a group effort with everybody for me personally. May went 3-9 as a rookie, threw 15 touchdowns, had 10 interceptions, but Stephon Diggs said there wasn't much trepidation about hitching his wagons to the second-year quarterback. Began his career with Teddy Bridgewater, played with third-year quarterback Josh Allen when he arrived at Buffalo, spent last season catching passes from C.J. Stroud. Quote, played with a lot of young quarterbacks, Diggs said. Wasn't my first time, my first rodeo, but it was Vrabes and McDaniels and Todd Downing, his receiver coach. I had a little bit of history with him, so it was a group effort. I wouldn't say it was just one person. Worked out, everybody. He went to Denver. They didn't need another wide receiver. But he would have played with another young one, right? Would have played with Bo Nix. One other story I wanted to bring up was every year, you know what happens, good football teams. Well, now you're going to start thinking about who the Patriots could lose going forward. And who was it? It was Tom Pelissero who was mentioning the young coaches on the rise, featuring potential candidates for head coaching jobs this year, plus dozens of names for years to come. So, who would pop up on the Patriots list, guys? Think about this for a second. Who could be head coaches or future assistants, whatever? And the big name out of the Patriots was Thomas Brown. Was the coach of the Bears at the end of last year. Is now the passing game coordinator, tight ends coach for the Patriots. He was listed as a candidate for the next coming cycle. Another one that was mentioned was quarterback coach Ashton Grant, who Mike Vrabel talks about every week and credits over Josh McDaniels. Zach Kerr, the current defensive coordinator and linebackers coach, and special teams coordinator Jeremy Springer also listed in NFL coaches to watch in future years. This year in particular, Mike Vrabel surrounded the team with former head coaches. Doug Marrone, Thomas Brown. There's more that I could give you. With Todd Downing, I think, for a little bit. So when you do that, there's a lot of leadership in the room. And I think that's one of the biggest changes this year was the coaching staff itself. Vrabel brought in guys he thought who could help now because they did need to set some sort of foundation. But every year, around this time, you start hearing names, and the Patriots being 9-2, those names are out there. One thing that Skaz sent to me in Slack earlier today was, is this Drake May now getting people other jobs? Is Drake May now creating jobs for Todd Downing? Is he creating jobs for Ashton Grant and Thomas Brown? I will say this. I went to a card show over the weekend. The Drake May bump is real, baby. Like the Drake May bump's hitting the card world, Joe.
You sold one of my Drake
That's
Mays.
right. Your Obsidian.
Sold for pretty good money there.
That's right. Street Team Joe did well this week. He gave me his most prized possessions.
I joke with my dad. I gave you my 401k.
Oh, okay.
That's all. My 401k is all in baseball cards.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Let's go to the phones. We'll get into some B's in a second here, but let's talk to Dave and Hingham. Hey, Dave.
Oh, Joe, thanks for taking my call. It's funny you mentioned baseball cards. I have a bunch of baseball cards that are worth nothing. So analytics gets thrown around a lot. Like, do you guys know how many analytics people are in, like, the Celtics organization, the Patriots organization? Like, I'm a Lions fan, and when Dan Campbell went for fourth down 5 times last week, is that driven by the analytics? It gets thrown around a lot. I'm just curious if you guys have insights into how big are these groups within these organizations. Trying to explain that, like, how big, though?
Well, I would say that John Stretch for the Patriots, I'm sure he's got a group of guys. I mean, Joe Mazzulla definitely has a group. So I don't know in particular. I don't know. Like, it's not Moneyball where hey, this guy and that guy. But no, I'm pretty sure there's a strong analytical team in there.
And do you think is some of it driven by like ChatGPT at this point too? Is it tech enabled?
The world's run by everything's run by tech now. If you're not running AI and stuff like that,
it is.
You're out of business. But listen, just real quick, I wanted to mention the Red Sox have been doing this for years. They have a computer, right? Yeah. Was it Carmine? They have a computer that they generate, and they've been using it since years ago.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a gut reaction. Like, once again, as a Lions fan, like Dan Campbell doing it 5 times when it's like, just stop already.
Yeah.
Well, I just question that.
Well, that's him being a hardo.
He is. I know. And it drives me nuts.
And listen, to compare, Joe Mazzulla is a hardo for the Celtics.
He is. Like, stop taking threes. Stop shooting threes. It's not working.
Or just call an easy fundamental play instead of what you think will work.
Yeah. Or kick a field goal. And not going back to the Lions, but I am like, 16-9, not a bad loss, but we could have done so much. We played like SHIT and Goff blew.
We can't spell it out. You got to dump it. Do you think his kid was in the car? Is that your first dump, Joe?
Hopefully his kid wasn't in the car.
No, was that your first dump?
Oh, that was my first dump. Success.
All right. My first dump.
Yep. Kind of like my first kiss.
Well, all I had in my head was Primus. My first dump. Boom, boom, psh, boom, boom, psh. Boom, boom, psh, boom, boom, psh. My first dump. I am a clown. I am being a clown tonight. I am amusing you. I am funny. Am I? I don't know. All right, well, we got the Bruins coming up next. We'll take another. Everyone's up in arms about Johnny Beecher. Johnny Beecher! We'll get into that, the B's. We'll wrap up the show here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray, 98 Found the Sport. Which, is it hot stove or what? See, this is why it's air fryer season. I want the stove hot. I want to know where Alonso's going and what's the story on Bregman and where's this guy going and Bo Bichette and blah. I want it fired up. Nothing. Crickets. Nothing going on in the baseball world right now. Except the Red Sox let go of a bunch of lefties yesterday. No more Brendan Bernardino. Man, I'm going to miss that guy. You know why? Because whenever I didn't know who was going to start, I just would always assume it was Brendan Bernardino. And now he goes to the land of irrelevancy. The island of irrelevancy. Colorado. He's gone. Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. He's gone. I don't know what's going on with Alex Bregman. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what pitcher they're on. Anything. There's a lot of talk going on. And Alex Cora today was talking, though. He thinks Breslow did a great job last year. Quote, Alex Cora giving Craig Breslow his flowers. He did an amazing job. Let him do his job. Let Craig cook? Is that it? Let Craig cook? Anyways, when something does happen with the Red Sox, I'll let you know. Dustin Pedroia did speak on how he viewed the Rafael Devers situation. Basically said he's a good dude who can hit. He's always going to hit. He'll have an unbelievable career. He's going to be great. Great. Thanks for the insight, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Bruins. Off a loss the other night, which, to be honest with you, I didn't think they had legs, and even Marco Sturm said it after the game. They didn't have legs. They were expecting a road trip that was coming up. They just didn't have it. They didn't have it. So now the Bruins embark on a road trip. They'll be without Charlie McAvoy, and the latest on him, I think this was a 5 or 6 o'clock news dump tonight. And let me just pull this up because I want to get the exact tweet here. But Fluto Shinzawa, Charlie McAvoy has undergone surgery. No timeline on his return. So, getting a puck in the face, not cool. I have no experience with that. But I do know that Zdeno Chara broke his jaw during Game 4 of the 2019 Stanley Cup Final. And despite the severe injury, he returned to play in Game 5. I'm not doing that to McAvoy, okay? Don't think I'm doing that one. But this now, I bring up the memory of Chara. Whacked in the face. Jaw broken. Out there for the next game, though. Right back out there. He broke something. I don't know what it was, but surgery on your jaw or face, not good. I mean, I don't need to tell you that, but what do I know? But I'm thinking 6 to 8 weeks. McAvoy's had, like last year, he got hurt and we didn't see him the rest of the year. So I'm sure he wants to get back on the ice. I'm sure he's a hockey player I got to get back out there and I can do this. I do think this is one where I'd be a little bit more delicate because you do need him late in the year, and maybe you can see what some other guys can do for now. But that's a tough surgery, and he won't make the trip. He's out indefinitely, and he was playing well. You know, I know he got disciplined. He came back. He's had assists. He's done a little bit more. Every once in a while he has that turnover, but for the most part, I do think that McAvoy's been really good. And I love the pairing of him and Zadorov. I really like what the both of them have done. Speaking of Zadorov, I like the fact that he was kind of lighting up the bench the other night. They weren't ready to go. He's been leading by an example a little bit more. I do like seeing that from him. What else did I have on the Bees? I had a couple other things that I wanted to just to bring up. And, well, all this talk about divisions, we had a guy last night that brought it up. He made a good point. The Atlantic is a little bit down this year. And I know that the Bruins beat the Hurricanes the first time that they played them, and the last time they played them was tough, but revenge game tonight, right? I feel like the Bruins need to start this road trip on a high note the way that they ended the last game. And I think there's a way they can take advantage tonight. I brought up some of these numbers the other night. The Bruins have been fantastic on the faceoff. Kastelik's been great. Zaka has been really good. And Anaheim's one of those teams that struggle in the circle. Wonder if the Bees can take advantage of that tonight and start the road trip on a high note. But this is a team that you have to forecheck against. And Ducks and Bruins right now tied right now for rebound shots, 52 apiece in the 5-on-5. We saw 2 rebounds the other night go against the Bruins, right? The Ducks are tied for second in rebound goals with 7 on the 5-on-5. So that could be somewhat of an issue there. But the Bruins, 3rd in the league for rebound shots against. Ducks, 7th in the league. And I got a lot of this from Casey Hudson, who will be joining us in studio tomorrow night. She works over at Nesson. We're going to have her here, host and reporter over at Nesson. Great at hockey analytics. She really breaks this stuff down. We're going to have her in studio tomorrow night, so you don't want to miss that. But the Bruins have been really good in the second period of late. They were not good the other night in that second period. And just 2 other guys. I do expect more from Pasternak tonight and Geeky. Both of them didn't play well the other night. I expect a bounce back. And then just finally, a lot of people seem to be upset about the Bruins moving on from Johnny Beecher. It is tough to watch a former first-round pick who's 24 years old get waived and claimed by another team. And it's really, really easy to just look at the Bruins and say, oh, another pick out the door. It's unfortunate, but I like the way that Marco Sturm talked about how he gave him every shot possible, right? Gave him the opportunity. It just didn't work out. I don't love the asset management, right? I still think that's a guy they could have hung on to or maybe got a trade for because he was a former first-round pick. Maybe they thought he could sneak through waivers. Like, I would have put a guy like Veal through waivers, right? And like, that's somebody I would have tried to get through. But another first-round pick that didn't work out. Another young player that won't be with the Bruins. I just feel like they could have handled that asset a little bit better, but also feel like Beecher, though, didn't do himself any favors at all. I do think Marco Sturm was